Hey y'all, we're here. We're talking
Oh,
about Shang-Chi because we realized we
we
have to
never talked about Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. We also have to talk about some other stuff. We're kind of behind.
Also, Eternals tickets dropped today, so I got mine.
And I also got mine. Okay. So the first thing I wrote was Shang-Chi had changed his name to Sean.
That was a good scene.
That was the funny part on the plane. The next thing I wrote was Aquafina.
Yeah.
I think I was initially kind of reserved about that casting choice, and that's probably because I haven't really seen her other projects, and I hear The Farewell is really good, but
Hmm.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know to what extent her talent ranges. Yeah, just a little reserved. I wasn't really sure, what her character would be, how she would be utilized, if she was going to be an established MCU character. So I like that they were able to take her and kind of make her her own thing.
Hmm.
I also really enjoyed the way the film handles expectations, from parents,
Yeah.
towards their children outside of what we perceive of certain demographics. Like, I think that's something that's universal because some parents like want their children to like go above and beyond anything that they could conceive, and I think a lot of it is because they had to sort of cut around the fact that they are now raising a family, now raising
Hmm.
children. So I think that kind of goes into a little bit of why parents want so much for their children and want them to get there. The other thing I wrote down was Hotel California.
Good, good.
It was funny. The first time I heard that song, I think I was in middle school, high school maybe, I don't know. And I was like, oh, this is a nice, cool, mellow song. But sometimes when you live in a small town, a nice, cool, mellow song becomes the only song anybody ever wants to listen to. So I kind of hated it for a little while after that.
Yeah, I feel that way about. I like Hotel California, but it's the same. It's like one of those songs where everyone likes it so much that they play it all the time. And I think I listened to it when I first heard it. I thought it was. It's a great song,
Yeah.
like one of the best sounding songs.
Hmm.
And I think that when I heard it, I think I listened to it maybe like a lot, and then I
Yeah.
realized that everybody else listened to it a lot. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a Bowflex.
Yeah,
So
right? Trevor. Trevor Slattery.
yeah, yeah. I
Way to
think what I
spoil that
really
he was,
enjoyed.
I don't know if, was it released that he was going to be in the movie beforehand?
I'm pretty sure someone leaked somewhere that they saw Ben Kingsley on set.
Okay, because I was gonna say whether or not it was known beforehand, it was definitely a spoiler because they dropped All Hail the King like 3 days before the movie came out. So
Yeah. I think one thing I really enjoyed about doing the whole Ben Kingsley Trevor Slattery is the fact that
hmm.
we have Sir Ben Kingsley in a Marvel film, like,
Yeah,
and now two Marvel films, and
yeah,
now that they really set it in that he was that everything that happened in Iron Man 3 was supposed to happen.
yeah.
So I think I'm assuming people were assuming they would be retconning and all that stuff. I'm just like, it was kind of retcon because of All Hail the King,
Hmm.
but it still made it like it made people probably feel a little bit better about them casting, a
Yeah.
white guy to play someone as super racially insensitive as the Mandarin.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm also really happy that in Shang-Chi he went by Wenwu and not the Mandarin, which
Yeah.
again, racially insensitive. So I think like just that aspect of having Ben Kingsley come back and have Marvel really like put their foot in the ground about him, about his arc actually being important.
Hmm.
That just made me happy. It's little things.
I mean, speaking to retconning, I don't think we would ever see a complete. Um, he's Indian, by the way. I think you said white.
What?
Ben Kingsley.
What about him?
He's Indian. You said white.
Ben Kingsley's white? Indian?
It says Anglo Indian. I'm on Wikipedia and it says Anglo Indian English.
He's not. Oh, so he's
Isn't that
mixed
the
with
religion?
Indian.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, he is old.
Stephanie.
He's had a great he's had a great life. Like he's been acting for
Well, wait. Now I've lost my train of thought. Oh, course
50
correcting.
years.
Yeah, course
Um,
correcting.
yeah,
I don't think we would ever see anything super drastic from the MCU because I think they've kind of gauged how much is acceptable and what isn't acceptable from watching another cinematic universe try to hard course correct something when it's already been established in another film with another director. So
yeah.
I think they've kind of learned from that. I think that they are.
Well, did
I
Shane
think
Black direct All Hail the King?
honestly don't know.
Because it was
I wouldn't be
for the Dark
surprised.
World.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Huh.
But yeah, I think if anything, they will tend to do more of a I'm gonna put my hand on the wheel and then I'm gonna let you take it after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's kind
yeah.
of how they exercise their course corrections. It was cool to see the extremist person in the jail cell. These notes are gonna be way out of order, by the way, because
Yeah. You know
yeah,
what sucks is like Extremis was like kind of sort of a cool arc of Iron Man, and I
mhm.
think it would have been cool to explore that more because uh having it end how the movie ended, I feel like I still would have got wanted to see the Extremis armor. Like if
Yeah,
Tony would have been able to build his Extremis armor like in the film or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
yeah. Maybe we'll see
Who could
that
have
in a
known?
what if episode next season. You know, we don't know how it's gonna turn out. Maybe that's an extension of the Gamora story and how they ended up together.
Oh God, I cannot wait for that story.
Yeah.
I'm like really annoyed. Okay, we can't talk about
Okay.
what
Yeah.
if. We have to
Yeah.
talk about
Okay. Um.
Shang-Chi. No. See,
Uh.
Wikipedia is such a hole. I typed in Shang-Chi, ended up on Taolo's page, then Ben Kingsley's page, then All Hail the King, and then All Hail the King was directed by Drew Pierce. Okay, so now I'm
Okay.
back. Shang-Chi, let's go.
Okay. I have Doctor Strange written here, but I don't know why. Anywho, I thought it would have been so cool to see. I thought it would have been so cool. Sorry guys, I got these new headphones and I'm playing with it. I thought it would have been so cool to see a connection to Wakanda in it because of the what was the name of the village that they went to that their mother was from? Which I want to say is
Paolo.
Kunlun. Yeah, Shallow. It was Shallow.
Taolo
Taulo.
with a T.
Taulo, okay. Not Kunlun. But anywho, I just thought
Were
because
you
of go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead. You finish first.
Oh, no, I thought it would have been cool like if, at some point there was kind of like a merging of like ideas and technology and like the spirit the spirits that they use to sort of guide their life, and then how Wakandans use vibranium to guide everything in their life, sort of, and the unison of those things and the people and the cultures. But yeah, that was just me. I don't. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, were you thinking about Doctor Strange earlier because of the mid-credit scene and the fact that Wong was in the film with Abomination and he called
Well,
him Emil, so he knows
the,
his real name?
well, the problem is that I wrote Doctor Strange taking up Iron Man for Peter mentor. That's what I wrote. So it had nothing to do with. I think I was writing notes about the No Way Home trailer. So my notes, my
Okay.
notes are kind of mixed up.
Well, that works.
Yeah. All right. Blip Sync. You saw that poster when he was walking
Yes.
into, yeah. So Blip Sync apparently, well, I guess, was a dating app,
Yeah.
which I I saw the sync part, so I thought it was a karaoke spot called Blip Sync. That's what I thought it was. But that's sweet. That would make sense for a platform to be created for people who blipped away and came back and A had to process being gone for 5 years, and then B also the love of their life might have moved on. So,
Oh
uh,
my God, that sounds terrible.
yeah, like that
Imagine all the
teacher.
people who got remarried.
Yeah, the teacher in Far From Home where he said his wife's disappeared, but she actually hadn't or something.
My wife pretended to blip.
Yeah. Oh man.
I love Martin Starr so much.
Oh, I know what it was. Okay, not okay. So the next thing I have written down, man, I'm just jumping all over the place.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
this is what happens when I don't bring a notepad into the theater with me and I'm just scribbling stuff that I remember later on. I wrote Banner human snap effects. He was human again,
Yes. 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 Yes.
and
Go ahead.
he was human again, and his right arm was in a slinky. Did did he revert back to being a human to try to fix himself, or I mean, like, what are your thoughts?
I think we're gonna get more of that story in She-Hulk
Hmm.
because that's his next appearance, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
So I think we will most likely get that and then possible the Marvels. Because my only thing about it is they added I saw that they are still filming She-Hulk right now, right?
I think so.
But I saw that they added another character to the Marvels late edition, and it's someone who I'm assuming is going to be Amadeus Cho.
Hmm.
And Amadeus Cho was supposed to be, oh, what was the woman's name in Age of Ultron?
Oh yeah, Helen. Was
Yes,
it Helen? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be mom and son, but the actor
Oh
they
yeah,
hired
I remember you talking.
was
Yeah.
older.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm
Right.
just assuming. I mean, I'm not assuming. I mean, if I don't know if we're gonna get two Hulks, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? I don't know if or whatever, but I was just assuming we're not gonna find out anymore until She-Hulk or until the Marvels.
Okay.
Because just how the storylines linked up, I think. I think I'd have to look at the next things.
So you think we'll see the continuation of his story, and it's going to include Amadeus? You said Amadeus Cho.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I was just, and what's crazy is that when I saw it the first time, it did not even register to me that he was human. All I knew was that I was just excited to see them, so it didn't click to me that he wasn't in the last form that I saw him in. That was something I had to realize later.
Okay.
Captain Marvel just piecing out.
She has stuff to do, man.
Yeah, she does have stuff to
She's
do.
an intergalactic warrior.
Yeah. I wonder how she keeps up with all of that stuff. Do you think other planets gave have pagers for her?
Hmm. Well, does she have cosmic awareness?
She probably has cosmic awareness. I'm thinking she probably has a little pouch that we haven't seen that's full of beepers. Two
Full of
ways.
beepers pages in two ways.
Yeah.
And
Cell
Nextel
phones.
and Nextel click
Yeah.
clacks,
Yeah. Click
click
clacks.
clacks.
Doot,
Dr. Marvel, did it? We need you. Did
Goose.
it? Yeah.
Um,
Ah, life is fun.
it
A
is
do for
fun.
the back.
Okay. The next thing I've written is street level. Wait, I don't know what that is actually. I don't know what that is. I should separate my notes.
Okay, so I
Um,
think you wrote street level because of stuff that's actually happening
yes.
on Earth
Oh,
instead
I
of
get it now. Okay, I wrote street level and then I wrote JJLC, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. So we've got with with the Disney Plus series, we have street level heroes. Shang-Chi, I mean Shang-Chi has the capacity to do street level stuff, but I don't think they're gonna leave him at that space. I can see
yes.
I can see Aquafina doing some like street level. I can see her character popping up, across the board in other things. And then and I'm sure we'd see Shang Chi, but I feel like they're gonna leave. They're gonna keep him for the larger team ups. So I wrote down some questions. Oh, but actually, before I get to that, I want to talk about Shu Yelling, his sister, and I loved their. relationship. I thought it was portrayed very well. I think she carried, what she became well, if that translates. I mean, she
Aquafina?
basically had to grow up by herself, huh?
Aquafina's character?
No, no. Xu Xiaoling, the sister.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
She had to grow up by herself because, unfortunately her father favored, her brother, didn't allow her to train, and it seems as though he became entirely absent as far as she was concerned, because he was so wrapped up in his own guilt and anger and blaming his son, which, you know,
He
I
was,
kind of wonder, do you think he actually blamed his son, or do you think he said that to hurt his son? Do you think he said it
yeah,
to hurt him? Yeah, you can't
because
blame
there's
him.
no physical way possible you would blame a child for the
Yeah,
death of a parent.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, she was a standout
Yeah,
character.
for
Um,
real.
since the incarnation of female characters along the way, we've just seen they're just getting better and better and better along the way. It really has us excited for cosplay season because we have all of these women who are represented so well.
You know what? I haven't even seen any for NYCZ. I haven't even seen any of her yet.
And I'm sure we will. I'm sure we
Hmm.
will, or we probably saw and didn't realize that's what we were looking at. And as I said, a lot of people have their own interpretations of costumes, so
That's
who
true.
knows? Yeah.
Sometimes I'll see somebody, I'm just like, who are you supposed to be?
Yeah. What was your overall like? What was like probably your favorite thing that you saw come out of the movie?
Favorite thing I saw in Shang-Chi.
Hmm.
Um,
I
I
like
think I'd
that
have to
they.
say most likely the hand-to-hand combat
Yeah,
because
man. Yeah.
they were doing hand-to-hand combat with no powers, and that's not something we see very often, especially within the MCU. I mean,
I think the most
we
we got it.
saw T'Challa and Killmonger in that fight, but there was I feel like just what we saw was just so different.
Yeah. I think the last time we even saw something like that was probably Winter Soldier.
That's true. Very true.
And I want to say maybe I would say maybe Civil War, but I feel like
There was
it
really
was it
no
wasn't.
there
Yeah.
was no like really good fighting in Civil War
Yeah.
besides the mental fighting in Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, that last fight between Shang-Chi and Wenwu was beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. And I wanted so badly for them to convince Wenwu that his wife wasn't back there, but I don't think he cared. I think he was looking for a way out up here.
Maybe.
So, which is probably why he kept challenging his son, because maybe he wanted his son to kill him. I don't
Well,
know.
that's also true. They know
Yeah.
that if they provoke their child, then their child will have to kill them,
Yeah.
and then that the child will automatically take the reins as the leader of the Ten Rings,
Yeah.
which he did not want.
So, do you think maybe it was also, while he was looking for his own escape, do you think it was also his final test so that he could pass on his legacy to his son?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's nice. Legacy.
So, we've got Shang-Chi, we've got like
Yeah.
Okoye, we've got Ayo, we've got,
Yes.
yeah, Nakia, we've got who's Spider-Man. Do you think we still need an Avengers team? Do they still need that moniker? And do they still need to have a specific leader? I feel like with regard to each character we've seen individually, they're trying to do good on their own. So I feel like if they are continuing to try to do good on their own, do we need a leader? Is what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or I guess
Um,
if they still need to come together for a cause, I don't see why we would have to have a Captain America to lead the team. Does that make sense?
yeah. But I was always thinking about when you and I were speaking, what, like 2 years ago, and you were like, oh, there can't possibly be another Avengers team, and you're like, well, who else would it be? And I was just like, it's only two people died. There's like 40 characters,
And the
like
Avengers?
yeah, in the
Yeah.
whole Marvel, like whatever.
Yeah.
There's like 40 characters. I'm like, who else was there? Like besides, Tony. and Natasha
And
and
yeah,
Steve.
I'm
Like,
thinking of I'm thinking of from day one.
of
That's my
course.
thinking. Yeah, from day one of the MCU, these are the Avengers. You know,
I
these
mean,
are
but
the
let's
people
be
I've grown
honest,
up with at this point. Yeah,
we're talking comic book adaptations. So
right.
even I think almost every person in Marvel has probably been an Avenger at some point, even if like
For
for
one
one
issue or
comic.
something. Yeah, you're probably
Yeah,
wrong.
it's there's many people who, you know, just probably joined. So I'm sure it won't technically be an Avengers type thing. I don't even know what they would even call the movie, but honestly, I could see you know, Scarlet Witch, Black Panther, She-Hulk, Spider-Man. I don't know if Monica Rambeau is Photon or Spectrum. I'm assuming it's Spectrum.
I That's what I'm
I
thinking.
I don't know.
If her
Is
mom
she
is Photon, I'm gonna assume that she's Spectrum.
I feel like people keep trying to say they don't know, but now I actually have no idea. So let me check. Let me check the Marvels. Oh, it doesn't even say. It just says she's Monica Rambeau.
Monica, Monica. Any other thoughts on Shang-Chi? We loved it. We can't wait for the sequel. I wish Tony Leung was coming back, but I don't see how he could.
The cast like loved each other too. Like afterwards, they were like, we were all like working with legends like Michelle Yeoh, Tony Leung, and that, and I'm like, you know, everyone was just saying how much they loved everyone and how they were all, like I said, legends. So it was like working with someone that you've looked up to for a very, very, very long time, and then having that person like welcome you and be comforting. It's like it's surreal
It
because
is.
all the years I've been a movie star and working with people that
Yes,
I've looked up to.
of
Yeah, of
course,
course.
yes, of course. Naturally, naturally.
JK, JK.
I hope we get more of. I hope we get more of that blended style, especially seeing the wushu, that fighting style. And I think
Okay.
that's it. That's all I've got.
Okay.
All right, I think that's it. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings
Yep.
out in
It's still
theaters.
in theaters. And when
Still
does
in
it come
theaters.
out on Disney Plus?
I think November 12th. And we're doing
Oh,
our chat super late.
yeah,
Um,
dude. It's okay. I took like nine.
we have odd and opposite schedules, so it's hard for us to try to uh, sync up sometimes.
Okay,
Say
love
goodbye.
you.
Okay, I love you too.
Huh?
I said say goodbye.
Oh, thanks for watching our video.